Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 Milwaukee Braves baseball here for you. It's July 6, 1961. We got the Philadelphia Phillies traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Braves. And let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the Fighting Phils. We got leading off playing right field, Johnny Collison, playing second, batting second, Tony Taylor, batting third, playing third, Charlie Smith, batting fourth, playing first base, Pancho Herrera, batting fifth, playing center field, Don Dimitri, batting sixth, playing left field is Bobby Smith, batting seventh, playing shortstop is Ruben O'Mara, and batting eighth, doing the catching is Clay Dalrymple, and on the mound, batting ninth is Johnny BUZHART. Let's take a look here at the Milwaukee Braves home team starting lineup, folks. We got leading off playing center field, Al Spangler. Batting second, playing second, Frank Boland. Batting third, playing left field, Lee May. Batting fourth, playing right field is Henry Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting seventh and playing third base is Felix Montelia. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. And on the mound, doing the pitching is Bob Henley. And if you've been following this replay, you'll probably remember Bob only pitched like 2 days ago. Well, in real life, he only pitched like a third of an inning. So they brought him back on 2 days rest. So I'm doing as played lineup. We'll see how it goes here with him. If need be, we'll have a quick hook on him. So with that being said, let's go to the Milwaukee County Stadium and get this game underway, folks. Hey, Bernard. Like I say, we'll see how Bob Henley does here. Like I say, in real life, he only pitched about a third of an inning, got yanked, and came back on 2 days rest and pitched. So we'll see how he does. And his first batter he'll be facing is Johnny Collison. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. So Johnny starts off with a single. So runner on at first for Tony Taylor now. Let's see what happens here with Taylor. And that's what the doctor ordered. Pitcher's best friend. That ball is hit down the second. Down the short, over the second, over the first for your 6-4-3 double play, folks. That brings up Charlie Smith now with 2 outs and nobody on. And that's going to be a ball hit, down to Joe Adcock. He makes the play, calls Henley off, and that's a out. So the double play wipes out the single. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Philadelphia, nothing. Braves due up. Like I say, you got Spangler, Boland, and May due up here for the Bravos. Here's the pitch to Al. And that's a ball 4. Take your base. So the Braves get the lead runner on too. Let's see if they can do a better job than what the Phils did. You got Frank Boland up now. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Spangler turns on the Jets, folks. And he's going to end up down at third. So we got first and third. Nobody out. And on a 2-0 count, Frank Boland's off. And he's headed down the second, folks. And here's the throw down there. And he's in. That was strike one. So it's a 2-1 count now on Lee May. And the Braves got second and third and nobody out, folks. The Phils are going to play the infield back, trying not to give up a big inning here. Here's the pitch to Lee, 2-1 count. And he gets him, swing and a miss, strike 3. Comes back to strike out Lee. That's a big out. One down here for Henry Hank Aaron. And I think they're going to walk the bases loaded, folks. Set up the double play with Joe Adcock. Not going to let the hammer take a chance here and score two. So we got bases loaded now, 1 out. Joe Adcock up the bat. See if he makes him pay for walking Henry. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield, folks. Infield fly. And Herrera down at first makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up the other Joe Torre. See if Joe can get a 2-out base hit here and get the Braves on the scoreboard. And that's going to be a negative, as that ball is hit back to the mound. And Buzzworth up with it, throws over to first. And the Braves, with 1 out, leave the bases loaded, folks. We go to the top of the second. It's still nothing. Nice piece of pitching for Buzzworth there. That's for sure. Got Herrera, Detmer, and Smith, the other Smith, Bobby Smith, up here for the Phils. And Poncho punches that ball straight up in the air. Joe Torre underneath of it and makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Don Detmer now. Up the bat, nobody on, 1 out. And he gets a hold of this one off of Bob. And that's a nice drive into right field, hits the fence. And Aaron comes over and grabs it. But Bob's standing down at second with a double, folks, with 1 out. Brings up Bobby Smith. Here's the pitch to Smith. And that's going to be popped up in the infield and foul territory. And the cat, with his 9 lives, over near the dugout, reaches in, avoids falling in the dugout, and makes the catch, folks, for out number 2. The cat said he'd have landed on his feet if he'd have fell in there. Hey, Beatles. And here's Ruben Amara. 2 outs now with Don down at second. And that ball is hit down to Frank Bowen at second. He's up with it. Fires over to first. And the Phillies leave 1 on as we go to the bottom of the second. Still tied up, nothing. And here's Felix the Cat up, McMillan, and then Henley. Let's see if the bottom part of this order can do some damage here, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Smith's got it for out number 1. Oh, excuse me. And that brings up Roy McMillan now with 1 out, nobody on. And here's the pitch to Roy. And that's a swing and a miss to right 3. Quick 2 outs here in the second. As me and Beatles like to say, we don't need no stinking DH. Let's see if Bob makes it come true here, folks. Helps his own cause. He smacks a hard grounder down the short. Amar's up with it, bobbles it, grabs it, throws down the first, but Bob's safe on an error, folks. Let's see if the Braves can make him pay. An error on the shortstop for the pitcher. And that brings up Al Spangler. He walked his first time up. And he hits that ball down the short. Ruben's up with it. He's going to fire over to first. And the Braves strand another one, folks, in the second. So it's still tied up, nothing. As we go to the top of the third, Clay Domophil, BUZHART, and Collison do up here for the Phils. What can Clay do here? And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nobody out. And old BUZHART's going to try to sacrifice him down the second, folks. Got that right, Beatles. We don't need no stinking DH. Here's Buzz with a sacrifice attempt, and he lays a nice bunt down. That's fielded by Bob Henley. His only plays over to first with, excuse me, Bolin covering. So Clay gets down the second now with 1 out. for the top of the order. And here's Johnny. Johnny singled his first time up. And that ball is hit back, I think, down the first. Yep, that ball's hit down the first. Adcock's up with it. Bob's running over. Throws the ball to Henley covering first. Clay will get down the third, but now there's 2 outs, folks. For Tony Taylor. Mr. TNT here. He's 0 for 1, grounded into a double play his first time up. And that ball is popped up in foul territory. And McMillan's out there in left field in foul territory. Calls everybody off. Makes the catch for out number 3. And the Phillies leave a runner down at third, folks. And it's still nothing. So we go to the bottom of the third. We got Bolin, May, and Aaron due up. See what they can do here. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Ruben doesn't mess this one up, folks. He fields it cleanly, throws over the first, 1 out. That brings up Lee May. He struck out his first time up. And that's a foul ball, strike 1. And that ball is deep. That ball is far. That ball is going. Johnny turns around out in right field and watches that one leave the park, folks. And just like that, Lee Mays hit home runs in back-to-back games. Give the Braves a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. And that brings up the hammering Hank Aaron. He is 0 for nothing. That's right. He walked his first time up, batting .317 on the year with 15 home runs, 53 RBIs. And that ball's hit down the third. Mr. Smith's down there with it. Fires over the first for out number 2. Forgot about old Hank being intentionally walked his first time up. Here's Joe Adcock, 0 for 1. Popped up the first time, but he drives that ball in the right field, goes the other way with it. Hits them where they ain't. So Joe's on it first for Joe Torre. Let's see if they can keep this rally going, folks. Here's the pitch to Joe. And that ball's hit back to the mound. And BUZHART's got it. Throws over to first. And ends the inning, but not until Lee May gives the Braves a 1-0 lead with the home run. As we head to the top of the fourth, Charlie Smith, Herrera, and Detmer due up here for the Phils. Here's the pitch to Smith. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. And the Cat says he wants it. Camps under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Poncho. You know, lefty's got to be around somewhere. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice job of pitching by Henley. Ken Castro, how you doing, bud? And Don Detmer's up now with 2 outs and nobody on. And that's going to be a single in the left field. 2-out base hit keeps the inning going. And that brings up Bobby Smith. He's 0 for 1, popped up the third his first time up. And that ball's going to be hit down the third on the ground. Felix is up with it. He's going to fire over to first to get the third out. And again, the Phils leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Braves are up 1-0. We got Montelia, Max, McMillan due up in Henley. Let's see what the bottom part of this order can do here. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? Taylor's out near the mound. Calls everybody off, makes the catch for out number 1. McMillan up now. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Not this time, folks. That's a base hit in the left field. Spricks that ball just out of the reach of Ruben, so we'll get it right. So again, McMillan down at first. see what Bob Henley can do now. He's going to put a bunt down here and try to get him in scoring from position for Spangler. And that's not a very good bunt. That ball's bunted back. The pitcher, he's going to spin and fire down the second with Rubin covering, and they get the lead runner, folks. Henley doesn't get the job down. Now he's standing down at first with 2 outs. Let's see if Al Spangler can get a 2-out base hit here, folks. And that ball's hit in the left field. In the gap, Smith runs over, makes the catch for out number 3. Slept in the day, Ken? Did you? Yeah. I guess I got up. It was about, I guess it was around 7:30 going on 8 o'clock when I got up. Yeah. Yeah. Got about 3-4 hours of sleep. Darn. Great night, Dad. What a blast. Can't wait to get it done on Thursday. It'll be fun. Will be fun, folks. Stop by, like I say, and watch that draft if you're not involved in it. Heck of a lot of fun. Alrighty, we got Ruben, Clay, and Buzz due up here, the bottom part of the order in the 5th inning against Bob Henley. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bolin. He fires over the first, easy out. 1 down. Old Clay's 0 for 1. I'm sorry, 1 for 1 with a single. And now he's swings and misses for strike number 3. What is that? Is that the second strikeout, I think, for Bob? That brings up BUZHARDT now. He had a sacrifice his first time up, and he hits this one down to Frank Bolin. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Phils. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Braves are hanging on to a 1-run lead, folks. We got Bolin, May, and Aaron due up here. Frank's 1 for 2, hitting .304 in the year, folks. 11 home runs, 37 RBIs. Oh, it is, Ken. Sure, it's not much of a team. Not much of a team at all. But they're hanging in this game. They actually surprised the Braves in the first game of this series and beat them. But yeah, it's not much to look at. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Detmer's got it. Darn it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Here's Lee May. He homered his last time up. Gives the Braves that 1-0 lead. He's hitting .260 on the year with 7 home runs and 17 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one too, folks. He's having a heck of a series against these Phils. And he drives that ball in the left field. It bounces around out there. Smith's having a heck of a time coming up with it. He grabs it, throws down the third, and Lee May puts on the Jets, folks. And that man's got a, what is it? Beatles, a triple to steal a line from Beatles. Lee May's down at third now, folks, with 1 out for Henry Hank Aaron. And again, do we walk him intentionally like we did the last time to set up the double play? It panned out the last time nobody scored. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're not going to let Henry beat him. They're going to make Joe Adcock beat him. And like I say, they're going to set up for the double play here, first and third. Try to get out of this inning with nobody scoring. And here's the pitch to Joe. He's 1 for 2. He's popped up the first, and he's got a single. And that's going to be maybe a double play ball here, folks. That ball's down the short. Rubin's up with it. Fires over to Taylor, over to first, and not in time. Adcock's able to beat it out, folks, and gets an RBI out of the job. And the Braves are up 2-0 here. Now with Adcock down at first and Joe Torre, I thought the Phillies got the double play they needed. Here's the pitch to Joe Torre. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Joe's going to stop down at second with his speed. So now you got first and second with 2 outs here for Mac. Well, not Mac. It's the Cat. Got ahead of himself here. Forgot about Phillies coming up. And that's a pop-up in the foul territory. And Clay calls everybody off. Makes the catch behind the plate. And that is out number 3. But the Braves score 1 on the base hit by Adcock and take a 2-0 lead into the 6th. Got the top of the order due up here for the Phillies. Collison, Taylor, and Smith. Here's Johnny. Johnny's 1 for 2, hitting .258 on the year, folks. See what he does this time. He hits a fly ball into deep center field. Spangler's back there near the track, makes the catch for out number 1. Mickey, had you eaten your Maypo? I want my Maypo. Here's Tony Taylor, folks. And that ball is hit down the second. Frank Boland's up with it. Fires over the first for out number 2. And now here's Charlie. Charlie's over 2, hitting a $197 on the year, folks. He's off to a slow start. And not today. He's not that squared up off of Bob. And he rattles that ball in the right field, bounces off the wall. Spangler gets over there, throws it in. Charlie's down at second with a 2-out double. Brings up Pancho Herrera. What can Pancho do here? He's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up, popped up to the catcher. He's hitting .244 in the year with 5 home runs and 31 RBIs. See if Pancho can get the Phillies on the board here. That's a lazy fly ball in the left field. Lee May camps under it. And that is out number 3. And again, the Phils leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Braves. We got McMillan, Henley, and Spangler due up here in the 6th. Max 1 for 2. He's hitting a $193 on the year, off to a slow start. 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. And that ball's hit down to Taylor at second. He gloves it, looks over to first, fires it, and gets McMillan for out number 1. Here's Bob Henley. He hasn't played many games, folks. He's 0 for 2 today, and he's 0 for 6 in the brief time he's been up here with the Braves. And that ball again is hit down the short, and again, Ruben muffs this ball. That's another E6, and again, Bob's on it first with an error on the shortstop. Braves wasn't able to cash it in the last time. Here's Spangler 0 for 2 with a walk, and Al's hitting .333 on the year, folks, having a good start. No home runs and 9 RBIs. Let's see if Al can keep this going. And he is. He hits that ball down the third base line, and Henley is going to motor on down the third. How about that? Nice job of base running by the pitcher. We got first and third now for Al Spangler. And we got Frank Boland up. And there goes Spangler on the 0-2 pitch. He's off to second. He's going to make it in there under the tag. And now we got first and second with a 2-1 count on Frank Boland, folks. That'll make the Phillies bring the infield in against Frank. And Frank's 1 for 3 with a stolen base of his own, hitting .303 on the year. 11 home runs, 37 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's driven through the drawn-in infield. And that's going to score both runners, folks. How about that? Nice piece of hitting for Frank. Drives that ball down left field. And comes Henley. In comes Spangler. And just like that, it's 4-0. Here's Lee May up now. And let's see here. Who is the Phillies going to go into in the bullpen? They ain't got much of a bullpen either, Ken. Sure. Let's see who they got out here that's got a little bit of rest. They've been using that bullpen up, getting busted around here by the Braves. Are they going to bring Don on? I think he pitched in the last game. How many batters did he face in the last game? No, he didn't. They're going to bring out Don, the only lefty they got in the bullpen here, to face Lee May. And that's it for BUZHART. Gives up 4 runs. Runner on first is his responsibility. So here's Lee May now with 1 out. Frank Bowen down at first. Lee's 2 for 3, having a heck of a game with that home run, folks. Hitting .264 on the year with 7 home runs and 17 RBIs. See what he does here against the lefty. And that is a foul ball, strike 1. Well, no, it's not. Not with a runner on first. That ball is hit down the first. And Herrera is going to throw it over to on covering, and that'll be out number 2. Frank gets down the second for Henry Hank Aaron. And they're going to pitch to Hank this time. Hank is 0 for 1. He's been intentionally walked twice. And that ball is hit back to the mound. Easy play. And that'll win the inning. But the Braves scored 2 on the single and take a 4-0 lead here, folks, into the 7th inning. You got Dirtman, Smith, and Ruben due up here. See what happens here in the 7th inning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Bob's still dealing well here on 2 days rest. And here comes Bobby Smith. Bobby's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a pop up in the infield. Frank Bowen says he's got it. Cam's under it out in shallow left field. Out number 2. And here comes Ruben. Ruben's 0 for 2, folks. See if he can get off the snide here. And he does. He gets a base hit in the left field. The biggest problem here for the Phillies, most of their base hits today have been with 2 outs here. Can't get a rally going. All righty, here comes Clay. See if he can keep this going. He's 1 for 2, singled and struck out. And that's going to be ball 4. And all of a sudden, with 2 outs, Bob's getting himself in a little bit of a jam. So we got first and second now. 2 outs. And I guess we're going to go with a pitch hitter here, folks. Try to bust this game open. And they're going to bring on the ex-Brave, Wes Covington. He started the year out with the Braves. He's been to 3 other teams. This is his 4th team this year. See if he can do some damage against his ex-teammates. There's Wes. So we got first and second, 2 outs for Covington. And that ball is hit into deep right field. Aaron going back, makes the catch at the wall. Bob takes a big, deep breath. and gets out of the inning, folks, with no runs. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-0 Braves. See who's going to come out here and pitch the 7th inning for the Phils. It's going to be Robin. Robin's tired, I believe. Yeah, Robin's tired, so it's probably going to be Mr. Green. And it is. It's going to be Dallas Green coming out here to pitch, folks. He's already thinking about managing and GMing, I think. See how he does here today against the Braves. Did he, Ken? Let's see here. He's going to be facing Adcock, Torrey, and the Cat here in the bottom of the 7th. And that ball is hit down the short. What's going on here? You got the Braves batting and the Braves fielding. Let's see here. It didn't take the pitcher. Didn't take him coming in the game. What happened here? There's Dallas, like I say. Why didn't it let Dallas come in the game here? Give it another try. And there we go. Now he's in the game. That ball's hit down the short for out number 1. And that'll bring up Joe Torrey now. Joe 1 for 3 here, hitting .262 on the year. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Joe's nice job of hitting here, folks. Now he's 2 for 4. See what the Cat can do. What did the Cat bring in now? Does he get a base hit? And now that's a fly ball in the right field. That'll be out number 2. And that brings up McMillan now with Joe down at first. And that's going to be a base hit, folks, in the center field. Joe's going to run on down the third. And we got first and third now with 2 outs. And I think that's going to be it for Bob. He pitched a nice 7 innings on short day's rest. So that'll be it for Bob. Let's see who they're going to bring out here to pitch hit. I think they're going to bring out Bob Boyd. Bob Boyd's going to come out here and pitch hit. Alrighty, we got first and third, folks, with 2 outs for Bob. Bob's hitting .500 on the year, folks. 8 plate appearances and 4 hits. Not this time, folks, because that ball is hit down the short. And Ruben's up with it. Doesn't muff this one up, folks. Fires it over to first to end the inning, and the Braves ran 2. And we go to the top of the 8th. Still a 4-0 game, folks. And they're going to bring out Johnny Antonelli, make his first appearance here for the Braves. Bring in the lefty here. You got Collison, Taylor, and Herrera due up here at the top of the order. See what Johnny can do here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Johnny. It's the Johnny and Johnny show. Who's going to win this one? And Antonelli's going to win this one because that ball's hit down the third, folks. Easy play for the Cat. He fires over the Adcock, 1 out. That brings up Tony Taylor now. Tony 0 for 3. And that ball is popped up in the infield, folks. And McMillan wants this one. Calls everybody off. It's a quick 2 outs here in the 8th. And here comes Mr. Smith. Charlie's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be, I think, ball 1. No, strike 1 on him. 0-1 count to Smith. And then he pops it up near the screen. Joe Torres throws the mask to the side, and that's a 1-2-3 inning by Johnny. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 4-0. Top of the order due up here. Spangler, Bowen, and May against Dallas Green. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field, folks. Spangler's aboard here with a leadoff single. And brings up Frank Bowen now. And there goes Al. He's taken off again down the second on a first pitch. And he makes it in there safely, folks. So it's 0-1 count to Frank Bowen with Spangler in scoring position now. Braves ain't holding no prisoners. They're going for the jugular up by 4. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that ball is popped up in the foul territory. Charlie Smith near the line makes the catch for out number 1. Spangler will stay down at second. Here's Lee May now. Lee's having a heck of a game, folks. 2 for 4 with a triple and a home run. See what happens this time. And that ball is hit back to the mound. No, I'm sorry. That ball's hit down the first. Herrera's got it. He'll fire over to Green covering. Spangler will get down the third, folks, but there's 2 outs now for Hank. See if Green can get out of this mess with Hank Aaron up. And that is a fly ball in the left field. Smith comes in a few steps, makes the catch. So the Braves strand Spangler down at third. We go to the top of the 9th. Braves with a 4-0 lead. Herrera, Detmer, and Smith due up here in the top of the 9th. See if John can get a 2-inning save here, folks. Here's the pitch to Poncho. And that's a ground ball down to McMillan. He fires over to Adcock. That's out number 1. Hey, how's it going, Nathaniel? And Don Detmer's up now. And he's 2 for 3, folks, with a double and a single. Struck out his last time up. And he hits that ball down to Frank Bowen. Frank's up with it. That's 1-2 go the field so far. Leaves it all up to Bobby Smith here. Keep this inning alive and game alive. He's 0 for 3. And that'll do it, folks. And Johnny knows how to finish this game out with some high heat strikes. Smith out. And that is your ball game, folks. The Phillies get shut out. The Braves win 4-0. Let's take a look at the box score. It was the Lee May show today, folks. Here's your line score. The Phillies, no runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. The Braves, 4 runs on 11 hits. They had some opportunities to bust this game open and didn't. Old Don Detmer was the only Phils with 2 hits. He was 2 for 4. Had that double. And like I say, you had Lee May going 2 for 5 with an RBI. Top of the order did a hell of a job by the Braves. 2 for 4 for Al, 2 for 5 for Bowen. You had 3 stolen bases. Al Spangler had 2 stolen bases himself, and Frank Bowen with a stolen base. Like I say, Lee May with the home run and the triple. Nice game by May. Joe Torre was 2 for 4. And poor Buzz, 5 innings, 5 1/3 innings, 8 runs, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, walked 3, struck out 2, and gave up the home run. For Stacey comes in, pitches 2/3 of an inning, does a great job, and Green comes in and does a decent job, folks. 2 innings, 3 hits, but keeps the Braves scoreless. And Bob Henley, on short day's rest, comes in and pitches 7 innings, 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. And Johnny, welcome to the Braves, comes in, pitches 2 scoreless innings, and strikes out 1, folks, as the Braves get the win. Do some fast play here. We got the Pirates and the Cubbies playing too. Mr. Ernie Banks says it's a great day for 2. And here we go. Let's see what Mr. Banks does in game number 1 against Beatles Pirates. And the Pirates clubbed the Cubbies. 11 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. The Cubbies 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. Let's see what the star is here. Christopher had 6 RBIs. Jeez, you Pete. Great job by him today. See what happens here in game number 2. Can the Cubbies bounce back, or are the Pirates going to get a sweep? We'll take a look at the box scores after this second game for you, Beatles. And the Cubbies win a close one. Pirates 2 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The Cubbies 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Pirates out hit them, Beatles, but didn't get the score. Let's take a look at the box score in the first game here. Top of the order, everybody but Smith got a hit. Ah, darn. Crazy, man. Logan was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And the Groat, he was 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Christopher 2 for 5 with 6 RBIs, like we said. Sure. Let's take a look here at the scorecard. Was that a grand salami? Yes, it was. That was a grand slam home run that he hit, folks. Woo! How about that? Let's look at the Cubbies. Kendall was 3 for 5. That was about the only bright spot in the Cubbies lineup. Friend, 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 4. Witt came in 2 1/3 inning, 2 hits and 1 run. Walked 2, struck out 2, but gave up that home run. And Law comes in the third of an inning, shuts the door. Oh, Ellsworth, only 2 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 4 of them earned. Walked 1 and gave up the home run. Wright, 2 innings, 1 run, and struck out 1. And the rest of the bullpen here, Brewer, 2 innings, and then Schofield, 3 innings, 2 hits, and 1 unearned run. Let's take a look here at game number 2. See, they wasted a good game by Vernon. The Groat, 1 for 5. Clemente, 2 for 4. Schofield was 1 for 2 until they took him out for a pitch hitter. Christopher, another good game, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Just couldn't put it all together, folks. Take a look at the scorecard here. And it was old Ron Santo. Looked like he was the man for the Cubbies with that home run. How many base runners left on base for the Pirates? 9. Left 9 on. Cubbies only 4. Let's take a look here at the scorecard. Really, he just kind of spread them out, didn't he? They didn't get a bunch of hits all at one time. Yeah, that's what hurt them. You just spread those 10 hits out over the whole game. Alrighty, now we got the Cardinals taking on the Dodgers out in LA in the Coliseum. Got Drysdale pitching for the Dodgers. Going on against Miller for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals, 6 runs on 15 hits and an error. The Dodgers, 9 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. It's not much of a pitching duel there like I thought it would be. Then you got the Reds traveling out to San Francisco for a battle for second place here. You got O'Toole going up against Marichal, and I'll probably jinx him, but this should be a hell of a pitching match. And I jinxed them. The Reds, 6 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors, and the Giants, 7 runs on 16 hits and an error. Sure. They knocked both pitchers out of the game. Neither one of them had a decision, I bet. Let's see here. Look at the pitching line here. O'Toole goes 6 innings, 12 hits, 4 runs. Marichal, 8 innings. They left him in. Sure, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, only 5 of them earned. Sure. They rode him till the 9th inning. And then they end up scoring in the bottom of the 9th to win the game, folks. Sure. Scored 3 runs in the 9th to win that game over the Reds. Take a look here at the standings. Sure, let me think, Ken. I'm not sure what year I bought them. Sure. I'd say probably about 87, something like that, I would think, Ken. I bought the basic game in 83, and it was in the late 80s when I bought the master game. I'd say either 87 or 88, the big boards. Yeah, like I say, they're huge. Of course, my basic game was the big boards too, and 83. Yeah, the master boards and all are huge. We got the Braves 2 games up on the Giants. Cardinals are 4 games back. The Reds are slipping away here. They're 6 games back. Cubbies are 8.5. Dodgers 9. The Pirates are 11. And the poor Philadelphia Phillies are 23.5 games back, folks. Take a look here at the leaders. George Altman increased his batting average to 353. Mays is still leading the league with 25 home runs, and Cepeda with his 75 RBIs is leading the way with that. Yeah, like I say, one thing about these boards, they are tough. It's hard to damage those things. Yeah, thank you, Beatles. I appreciate it, bud. Perky's now got the ERA lead with a 2.73 over Warren Spahn. Spahn's leading the league in 10 wins, and Don's got 17 saves. I'm sure Cepeda's still leading in MVP, and Spahn's leading his teammate and the Cy Young. Says George Altman's hitting 368 in his last 11 games. Willie Mays is on fire, 373 in his last 13 games with 10 RBIs and 14 runs. Norm Cash hitting 310, and you got Maris and Mantle just crushing the ball in the last 10 games. Maris 350 with 13 RBIs. You got the Mick even doing better, 366 with the same 13 RBIs. Sure. I want to thank Ken Castro, Beatles Eternally. Check out his channel, folks. Doing dead ball, and he hosted last night the draft. It was an awesome night, guys. Awesome night. Had a lot of fun. Heck, we was up until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, folks. Great night. Want to thank Nathaniels for stopping by. Bernard. Check out his channel. He's doing the 1912 Boston Red Sox, and he's doing the 1950s Boston Red Sox. And the next game here on the channel, let me show you, Bernard. It will be the Boston Red Sox taking on the New York Yankees in New York. See who the pitchers are for the first game of the series. They haven't played each other much. I think they've only played each other like maybe 6 or 7 times, I think, and they play each other 19 times on the year. You got Conley going up against Daly. Conley's 3-9 with a 5.02 ERA. You got Daly, who just came over to the Yanks. He's 2-1 with a 4.91. So might see some fireworks, Bernard. Yeah, might see some fireworks. All righty, bud. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's about as big as it gets, unfortunately. I agree with you. I'm old too and needed bigger fonts. Bigger fonts are awesome. All righty, folks. Well, you all have a great day. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like I say, check out Bernard's channel and Beatles' channel. We got to get Ken Castro on here, get him broadcasting some of those back games that he does. Until next time, folks, you all take care and have a great day.